Welcome, everyone. You are about to embark on a journey through the universe as you indulge in this extraordinary essence of enlightened, empowered, evolved. Let the show begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Luke Bryan Smith, and welcome to Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved, where we educate, motivate, and liberate you through enlightening dialogues, empowering music, and evolving content. I'm excited yet again because I have another amazing guest. And you knew I was going to say that, but my next guest is synonymous with being vegan, spirituality, manifesting, coaching, and just so much more. I won't go into detail. We're going to go into detail when we talk. But without further ado, I introduce to you Soraya. Yes. How are you doing today, Soraya?
Wonderful. Thank you, Luke. And I would like to start by thanking you for having me here with you today. It's a great honor and privilege. And I'm very excited to speak with you.
Yes, yes. And I have to counter that with expressing that I know and I believe that time is one of our most sincerest, not sincerest, but precious assets. And for you to choose to be here in the timeline of your life, I just have to extend my sincerest gratitude to you. Thank you very much for being here and
Likewise, thank you.
Adding more value to this podcast. Thank you very much. So yes, let's just get right into it. I want you to give us a little framework, elaborate a bit on vegan, as I expressed to you prior to this that I'm kind of flowing towards that way. So give us a little insight on just what it is to be vegan in your perspective, and how did you get there? Were you always there? And yeah, yeah.
That's wonderful, wonderful question, Luke. And it's huge and it's simple. It's kind of a paradox. For me, I've been vegan for probably 6 years. I was vegetarian before that, so I have been vegetarian all my life. But when I became vegan, it felt like I was coming home. Feels like I've always been vegan. And it feels to me the truest way of living my life and in the most aligned way that I could possibly for myself. And the reason for that is that I really believe that we should, the famous Gandhi saying, be the change you want to see in the world.
Right.
So if you can put your hand on your heart and say, I believe in a peaceful world. I don't believe in aggression and any kind of violence. So unnecessary violence.
Right.
I don't call it violent when a lion hunts. I would like to put that out there because that's a common argument. I don't call that violence. What I call violence is purposefully farming animals for an end result that is not essential for us. Right. We don't need it anymore. We can buy clothes that are not made from skin. Right. We can buy cosmetics that are not tested on animals. And we can eat a burger that isn't made from an animal.
Right.
So for me, the super, super important thing about veganism is peace and love. And I've rescued animals in the past. I love animals. I see each and every animal as an individual character, a soul, a living being. And for me, it's a paradox. I find I struggle with the idea that I could actually say, oh, I love my dog, I love my horse, but I don't care about that one because it's not mine. Right. If there's a dog run over on the street, I will stop and pick up the dog because I think it's suffering.
Right.
So if you have that in your heart, it's really difficult disconnect to live with then sitting down to eat meat that is supported by such a cruel industry.
Right. And that's amazing. And thank you for sharing that with me. But the thing with me, if I may share with you, as I mentioned before, we're just having a conversation. I just feel better when I'm eating vegetables. I haven't quite thought that far I do want to protect, every being and I do believe that all animals have a right to live without being, slaughtered. But at the same time, right now in the space that I'm in now, I just feel better when I just eat vegetables, and I am slowly but surely moving away from the meat. And yeah, feel better,
Mm,
in better shape, um, mental clarity. I just noticed that,
mm,
and I like
mm,
to also indulge in fasting as well. I incorporate that into
mm.
my lifestyle, and I like to fast and go periods without eating and just drinking simply water. And my reading becomes more clear, the material that I'm reading, and just the affirmations I write. I just feel it's just amazing. But
Absolutely.
yes, to get back.
I
Yeah, go
also
ahead.
do. I also do. Sorry, I do also do enjoy fasting. But
Right.
I think there's an important word that you mentioned there, which I would like to clarify if you don't mind.
Yes,
And
yes,
that is
absolutely.
that I feel that the vegan world has, first of all, it has many different voices. There's many different approaches, many different people. But one huge concept is that a vegan believes that death is got to be avoided, or that an animal doesn't deserve to be eaten. For me, it's not that. It's about intention. What is
Right,
our intention in life? It's
right,
about,
right,
like, for example, death comes to us all. It's a passing to our next stage, and death is natural. But where it goes wrong is where we make the animal into a product. It's
hmm
the soul is not a product. It
mm,
isn't there for us to just put into a process where at the end it becomes
right,
a pair of shoes.
right,
For
right.
me, that is for me the biggest point of it. And then there's the health and everything else too.
Right.
So
Yes, no, thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you. Now, let's move forward. And I'm looking at some of the information you sent me into spirituality. Elaborate on that, with that from your perspective, some of things that align with that word, spirituality.
wow, that's such a huge question.
Yes,
I think I think the word spirituality for me resonates right from, it includes mindset. It includes manifesting, which is a word that has many different meanings.
right.
But for me, manifesting isn't that I manifest something. It's that I get into alignment with the greater source, greater power, and the universe, or God, whichever word resonates most.
Right.
And the energy allows what's desired to be manifested. So for me,
Okay.
manifesting is very linked to spirituality.
Right.
Um, Spirituality is also the possibility for me. I'm very open to many possibilities. Maybe, for example, time is an illusion. Maybe we have parallel universes. We can change. We can step from this reality to a parallel reality and change our lives completely. So the doors become so open when you become open to the fact that we are very small, but supremely important. Not important. You said a wonderful thing in one of your episodes. You said, I am a work in progress while being a masterpiece at the same time.
Right.
And
Right.
that is super. That is it. We are so powerful beings, but
Right.
we must also recognize that we are not aware of the bigger truth. So if we stay open to everything being possible,
Yes.
this is spirituality for me, and connection, heart connection, with love being at the top of the vibrational triangle, and like the language of how we live with our most fulfilled, joyful life. If
Wow.
that makes sense. I'm not sure that it makes sense,
No, it
but
makes total sense. It makes total sense, with love being, yes, at the top. Totally, very well orchestrated and amazing. The key in my perspective is being open. And that is, if those that know, or those that are working on themselves or reaching towards their higher selves, they understand what that means. Because at one point, and I'm using myself as a reference, at one point in life, I was not open. And now that I
mm,
am open to other, uh, to possibilities, information, wisdom, perspectives, things just flow a lot more, because then you open up yourself to access things that resonate with you instead of what you think that you should be, how you think you should think, uh, based on what someone else has told you. And I won't even go as far as to say who, but just, we are indoctrinated, we are impressed, by people, systems, whatever. But to be open, to look within, and to make yourself, you know, uh, uh, accessible to information, other people. Um, I'm a firm advocate for traveling. So, I travel a lot, so that therefore I can expose myself to different, cultures and different
Mm.
uh, ways of thinking. I never, I have what resonates with me, but I don't put down anybody else's spiritual beliefs or anything like that. I just simply observe, and I know what resonates with me now. And yes, so it's
Mm.
amazing.
Yeah, so powerful. And the other thing is that we have, like when you're traveling and you're hearing other people's stories, I'm sure you have we have the inner guidance that's sort of like what touching, I suppose it's bouncing off what you said about resonating.
Right,
We have an inner voice. We have an inner voice, and sometimes we actually forget to listen to it. And then other times we hear it and we're reminded just how much guidance we do have.
right,
And as you said, everyone has their own path to fulfill. And I'm a great believer in that everybody's reality is their reality, and it's their path and it's their journey, and it has to resonate with the person. So I would never try to expect somebody else to see the world the way I see it. I would
right.
love to actually help people to see it in a more joyful way for themselves in their own way.
Yes,
But the key being in their own way, not in my way.
exactly. In their own way, and embrace the fact that they have their own power, and for you to help
Mm,
cultivate for them to embrace their own power, and embrace their own intuition, intuitive gifts,
mm,
inner guidance system, and to put a modern term to it, inner Google. Everybody has that. And, you
mm.
know, amazing, amazing. So, yes, also, you you meditate, mindfulness and yoga are all part of your life. Have those always been a part of your life? How did you get into
Um,
to yoga, meditation, mindfulness? I mean, when did these words become apparent to you?
yeah, it's been a
Okay.
long, ever continually growing journey. No is the answer. They haven't always been part of my life.
Right.
I've been through many different times. I think I've had 5 lives in my one life,
Okay.
so they've
Yes.
been very different lives. And yeah, it's in this last period, I would say, in the last probably yoga in the last 10 years,
Oh,
something
okay.
like that, and
Right. Right.
meditation and mindfulness probably the same.
And yes, and
Yeah.
in yoga practices, yes, yes, I'm becoming more and more interested in that, even though I haven't partaken in yoga, but I do meditate and I do practice mindfulness. But that's amazing. Now,
Mm.
here's something as well. You're also a mindset coach. Give us some framework behind that. How did that come about? What are what is that?
Yeah.
What is your technique? I mean, some of your techniques. What
Well,
what does that entail? You being
I love
a
I
mindset
love
coach.
that question. I love that question
Okay.
because I basically am so excited about mindset coaching
Okay.
because it's it saved everybody has a life to live, and we all have our challenges. So mindset coaching isn't about focusing on, it could be one of many challenges or no challenges. Everybody who is open to it can benefit from mindset coaching. I would say you need to resonate with your mindset coach. So, you'd have to, if you're my client, you'd need to like resonate with my energy. And then if that is a yes, then we have magic working, because mindset coaching is offering you a, say you were my client, it's a mirror for you to investigate and uncover your belief system. Because what we often do is we have someone has this desire and they believe that they're in alignment with it, but when they're in the coaching they discover they have a subconscious belief let's say it was like making money, for example.
Right.
Just take an example. And then they uncover that underneath, they believe they're not worthy of money. Or it might be that they don't have good relationships and they want to find a love of their life, and they uncover that they have this belief that they are not worthy of love, or they're not good enough, or any other form of sabotaging thinking. Now, you may think, well, that's extreme. I don't have those kind of thoughts. But even though you don't have so extreme thoughts, those are extreme examples, but we all have these programs running. And if we don't actually shine a light on them, when we do shine a light on them, that can be transformative in itself. Just seeing, do I really believe that? And if I say no, well, then that's the work done. But if I say yes, I do believe that negative thing, then there's the work. And it's so rewarding to see the transformations, because it may be transformations, or it may be just more joy, or it may be more fulfillment, or it may be getting that inner sense of fulfillment. And that just is, for me, magic. It feels like my life purpose.
Wow,
It does.
that's amazing. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
along with spiritualism and veganism for myself, but for me to help other people is in the mindset coaching.
Wow.
For sure. I'd like to empower people to recognize that they have the power to change what they see. And our mirror is what we're seeing in our life. So if we're not happy in our life, look within what we're thinking and recognize that we are creating that mirror image that's going around us. So we have that power to change it, and that's so empowering. And I want to help empower other people to discover that.
Wow, thank you, Soraya. That's Soraya, but that's I mispronounced it again, Soraya. There you go.
No problem.
There you go. No, I want to
good.
say I have to know who I'm speaking with and address people correctly. But just listening to you, that also, from my perspective, means that consciously we can think that there's nothing wrong, but subconsciously in there are some things that are causing the reason for certain things to keep happening with us. Some beliefs, some traumas that may be deep in there that that are reasons why that we're stuck or something. But consciously we can say, oh no, I don't think that way. But obviously there's something deeper that is happening, especially if we continue to go through the same unwanted circumstances. So yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And also it can be, for example, I myself have a mindset coach because I'm super happy with my life. I love my life. I'm blessed and I'm grateful, and I give thanks for my beautiful life. But if my life becomes not so happy, I will still find that inner joy. And mindset coaching is just like a beautiful tool that everybody, because when you have a mindset coach, they're not, depending on the person, of course, I'm speaking about my way, not it's not it's not me telling the other person what to do, and there's no superiority. We're equals. It's just a tool to uncover. So my mindset coach helps me because I get to explore my reasons. So if I why did I feel so bad about that thing yesterday? And by opening up that box, I realized, oh, the reason I felt so bad was because it reminded me of da 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 or whatever. And you shine a light on your inner programming. So it could be some self-sabotage program, or it could just be literally a way to be more self-aware in your daily life. And that's just a super tool. So powerful.
Wow. That is so powerful. And that, to me, in my perspective, makes you more of an asset to someone else, because you are actually sharing and being transparent that you also have a coach as well, and that's just amazing. And just listening to you reminds me of a quote by Marcus Aurelius, know thyself. And that's powerful, because that's the key. You know yourself, know why you're thinking a certain way. Why did I was my perspective about this way? Why did I react this way? Why did this cause an emotional trigger? It's just, yes, know thyself is a very, just those two words are very powerful when you really deep dive into that. Yes.
And intentional living. Know
Yes.
thyself and intentional
No
movement
living.
towards
Right.
the
Right.
person you want to be and the change you want to see. And I wouldn't call it better, it's just growth, growth and growth. And to continually grow is like the source of life.
Yes. Yes, and I've been fortunate enough to see, you know, to see both sides of the perspective of spectrum with people, those that are focused on growth and those that are at a certain place. And I'm not and I've gotten to a point where I'm not judging, just simply observing and seeing which one resonates with me. And of course, the one that's focused on growth, other than the one that seems like, in my perspective, has hit a ceiling and doesn't want to grow anymore. Just feels like this is the knowledge that I know now. I'm here and I'm not, like you said,
Mm,
like you expressed earlier, open. They're not open. And like I said, I'm not
mm,
judging it. I'm just simply, just observing and just, saying what I've experienced, what I've, witnessed. And yes, the key, and when you look at nature and just the way flow is, it's to, continuous growth and evolve. And yes, there is, patterns of ups and downs and, perceived and positives and negatives, but it's all a natural cycle and flow of life. And yes, when you um, know yourself and mindfulness and intentional living, you are able to navigate through those different
mm.
cycles a lot better, in my perspective.
And be exactly, and be aware. You will be aware because we're all going to go through those cycles, and we're going
Right.
to feel sad or feel our emotions, but being
Right.
aware of that they are emotions instead of being that that's me. So
Right.
you can also recognize when you are a bit short with somebody and you're like, it's not necessary, but you're aware of it, and that awareness transforms you to progress and grow more rather than stay stagnant in it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, it's so exciting because, and not saying that I'm excited about going through, you know, uh, adversities, but now I know, I'm aware that these adversities, for the most part, are going to the conclusion of them is I'm going to learn something and I'm going to elevate even
Mm,
higher, going from what I'm going through that I perceive as something difficult, that I'm going to grow even
mm.
more stronger, more aware. Yes. Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Yes. Also, give us a little bit of insight on your Facebook group called Personal Growth and Transformation. How did you develop that?
Oh,
And give us some framework
thank you.
around that.
Thank you for asking. So I've only
Yes.
just opened the group. It's a new group, and
Okay.
it's it's the inspiration behind it is because I would like a space to create a space for a safe space
Okay.
for open-minded growth, transformation, anything related, spirituality. But I think I am a member of groups on Facebook, and I often find I maybe it's very difficult to get people to actually want to come and be part of such community. We'll see. But the idea is to have a space you can actually want to go to share your experiences and to learn from each other, to lift other people up, and
Yeah.
to be lifted up when you feel life's difficult.
And that's
So
important.
it's
Oh, sorry. I apologize. Go
no,
ahead.
not at all. No, no, no. So it's just that's the inspiration behind it, and I would love to see it growing into it, that space. And obviously, I'm very active there, and I share. I would be sharing free mindset coaching sessions and workshops and things like that. It's a place where I can actually offer my help without it being a charged basis. So,
Amazing. And a key word, that a key phrase that stood out to me, and that is safe space, without being judged, without being ridiculed for sharing and
mm,
what your experiences are, something that may be weighing heavy on your soul, on your heart. And that's important,
mm.
to be able to have a space to go to and get other perspectives and be able to decipher what resonates with you from those perspectives. And that's, to me, is important. Yes, safe space.
Mm.
Yes, that's
So
amazing.
I would like to extend the invitation to your listeners to
Right.
join the safe space and share with us as a community there.
Yes, and I would like to extend something to you as well to help your group grow. Now, if you go to the subconscious mind, I am the group the subconscious mind. You can go into that group, become a member of that, and it has 107,000 members. And I uh, am a top moderator for that group, so I'll allow you to advertise your group within that group if you desire.
I
Yeah.
would love to.
It
Thank you
looks
very
like
much.
this. It looks like this. So you go there, you
The
see how many
subconscious
people.
mind's
Yeah,
wonderful.
you see how many people are in there?
Yeah,
Yeah, so
super.
you can
That's
go in
so
there
kind of
and
you.
I'm usually the one that approves the what's in there. So you can advertise your group in there. I don't mind. And
Thank
get
you so
people to come
much,
over.
Luke.
Yes, no
That's
problem.
lovely.
Yeah, so I'll look for you. Yeah.
Brilliant. Look forward to it.
Yes, yes. Go in there and tell them, hey, I have the, however you want to word it. So I don't want to put any words out there, but however you want to word it to get people to come over there. So I think
Super
there's
exciting.
enough for everyone. I never have a mindset of this is mine or
Scarcity.
there's not enough. No, no.
Well, isn't that powerful too? Isn't that so
Right.
true? When we have a scarcity mindset, we get scarcity.
That's right. We get
It's
scarcity
so
results.
incredible,
No
and
scarcity.
it's the relationship with money is very similar. We live in scarcity, and but I haven't got any money. But you keep
Right.
telling yourself you haven't got any money, and I'm not saying that to everybody. It was to myself.
Right.
And
Right.
when you heal your thinking and you heal your relationship within your head, then the results change in the world outside you as well.
That's right. And you'll find
Um,
with even that mindset of non-scarcity, non-attachment, flow, and just not tension in regard to life in itself. You'll see that things just flow, and you always will have what you need. Always,
mm,
the universe will provide to you. It's
mm,
we get in our own ways, and there's certain laws that are set there, and we tap into either the flow or the restriction of things coming to ourselves, and we think that there's punishment being bestowed upon us, and it's actually ourselves and our own thinking and our own words and our own feelings that are doing that. So
mm.
yes, amazing. So while we are here, how can people find you for your services for, how do you have a website that you can share with us audibly here for our audible listeners?
So I do have a website called Love Vegan Living if you are vegan inclined. If you're
Okay.
not, also very welcome to have a look at it. My intention isn't to make anybody vegan if they're not interested in it. I just
Right.
like to share it because it's so important to my own universal living and energy
Right.
fit flow.
So
So
that
that
is
would be
what
my
again?
website.
What is that?
Love Vegan Living. Love Vegan.
Loveveganliving.com.
Yeah, .com. Sorry, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, loveveganliving.com. And
Okay.
that would be my main website. And then probably the best place. I do have Facebook and I also have Instagram, but probably the group is the next best place to go because you can just contact me directly through Messenger
And
if you
that
join
group
that.
is
Or
what again?
the group is Personal Growth and Transformation Hub.
Personal
Personal
Growth and
Growth
Transformation Hub
Hub, yeah.
on
Yeah.
Facebook.
On Facebook.
On
And
Facebook.
otherwise, I can be just found under Soraya GE, but that's a less, if you join me as a friend, I might not see the request. You know how many friend requests
Yes.
you get from people who don't exist and things like that.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
but yeah,
Yes.
that's also an option, Soraya GE
Right. Right. Yeah.
on
I sent you
Facebook.
a friend request. I remember, and I exist. You can see me right here. I'm not AI.
Well, I obviously knew you existed to accept
Yes,
you.
yes. No, I am so thankful, and I know that that everything unfolds perfectly, and the universe is a perfect orchestrator, and we are meant to at this present moment to um, have this dialogue, and it's amazing. Thank you very much,
Yeah, and to
so
connect,
right.
absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. So before we conclude this segment, are there any last things you would like to share or leave us with, or insight,
Um,
anything you have coming up, anything, motivation,
so
quote?
I'd like to share. I'd like to share. Well, I have a workshop coming up that will be shared in my group, and
Okay.
that's on an amazing tool for improving a relationship. But that does not mean a relationship that's in trouble. It's a tool for
Right.
every relationship.
Right.
So I use it with my own husband, and we benefit from it. It's just a magical tool, and so
Right.
I'm doing a free workshop on that. And also, I'd just like to share that I would like everybody to know that no matter how difficult a moment they're in or a wonderful moment, that we are always like empowered and responsible. If we put the responsibility onto our circumstance and become a victim, we're not empowered. So just take back the power and recognize that we have our story. We're creating it, and that way we can get forwards in the way we want to. So keep empowered. You can manifest into your life anything that you want to see, really. You just really need to first you need to work on like really recognizing that, and then you can make anything come to your doorstep. Love, joy, friendship, abundance, living in alignment, just everything is possible. And there are other realms are out there. We have there's so much more power than we're aware of. You know, there are things if there's something you don't believe, ask yourself why. Do I know it's impossible? I have a friend, can this pen move across the room on its own? Yes, it can. Don't believe it? Why not? How do you know it's not possible? Evidence of lack and lack of evidence. They're not the same thing. So stay positive, stay empowered, and take responsibility and have. It's a great paradox. My favorite paradox would be complete responsibility for your life and total surrender to the ultimate power. Because although you're responsible for your life, you're also completely in the greater hands of the greater energy.
Wow.
So
Amazing.
I hope
Thank you.
that
Yes. Thank you.
people actually remember that inner power if there's ever times of struggle.
Thank you. And yeah, no need for me to add anything to that. Thank you everyone for watching and or listening. Be sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button, leave comments, questions, concerns, anything. Just help the platform grow and help spread these amazing, empowering messages to everyone, especially those that you care about. Thank you very much. Be sure to hit uh, that website, the Enlightened Empowered Evolved website at 333empower.com. Yes. Also, if you feel that you would be an amazing guest for this podcast, you can simply send an email to 333empower@gmail.com. Thank you very much. Love and appreciation to everyone. See you soon.